CatSynth TV.
Hey everybody, I'm Andrew with Qu-Bit, and we're here with CatSynth TV, NAMM 2020. We got 4 really exciting new modules to show you this year. Physical modeling voice, a circuit bent digital audio buffer, a spectral reverb, and a ratcheting envelope generator. So we're going to start with the data bender. This is the circuit bent audio buffer I was talking about. Basically a survey of all the ways audio equipment can break or fail, and puts all those unique manipulations under voltage control. So right now, we have an audio signal coming in. We have our time knob, which is going to set the size of our audio buffer. It can go all the way up to 5 minutes of stereo audio. And then here we have the bend, which is the first control. That's one of these ways that things can break. So we'll activate that. This is basically like an old tape machine. It's going to play forwards, it's going to play backwards. You're going to get a little bit tape warble. And you'll be able to get various speed pitch fluctuations up or down. So as you increase this knob, it's going to get a little more chaotic, a little more wild. And what's really cool is it's a true stereo output, so both speakers are completely independent of each other right now. Next we have the brake knob. This is basically going to be like a skipping CD or a scratched record. It's going to disjointedly move your playhead around the buffer. And as you increase it, it's going to get more chaotic, more wild. And then lastly, we have the corrupt control. This is basically going to do bad things to your audio. It's going to format into the wrong data type. It's going to buffer underrun, wrong sample rate, wrong bit depth. It's going to get all sorts of wild sounds. So once you get the combination of all 3 of these things, it's really unique, really fun, and it never repeats itself. And of course, we have the classic freeze control. It lets you just lock your buffer in place, whatever the current size is, and it won't let any more audio into it. And that's the data bender. It's 14 HP wide. It's going to be available in May, and it's going to retail for $349. Next, we have the Aurora. The Aurora is a spectral reverb. So what's really cool about it is in addition to its lush reverb algorithm, it has a phase vocoder audio engine, which lets you do spectral transformations of your incoming audio. So I'll pull the dry wet knob up. You can hear that reverb come into play. At the top we have the warp knob, which is going to do background pitch shifting. Underneath that's the blur knob, which is going to smear our transients. Here doing spectral stuff there. Time is just your reverb time. At its highest setting, it'll go all the way to infinite feedback, so it'll just ring out forever. Reflection is an FFT filter, so it's a low-pass filter, but it's performed in a really unique way because it's using spectral bins as its filtering method. And then we have the atmosphere, which is going to be your early reflections of your reverb. And what's really fun with the Aurora is you can actually lock the time and lock the signal in the time or the frequency domain. So right now I just locked our incoming signal in the time domain. And I can also lock it in the frequency domain. And you hear it just latch on, keep resynthesizing that timbre forever. That's the Aurora. It's 12 HP wide. It's going to be available in April, and it's going to retail for $299. Over here we have the Surface. You've actually been hearing it all along. It's a physical modeling voice. What's really cool is it's a multi-timbral voice. So you have 4 unique models that you can access at a time, and up to 8 voices of those models can be allocated. So the voices knob, all the way up to 8 voices here. Turn it down a tiny bit. And you can actually get 8 voices mixed between all of your models. So it'll sound like 4 modules at least, but it's all coming from the single voice, and that's what's really cool about it. So right now we're listening to the pluck string algorithm or model. Next we have our mallets section, so this will be marimbas and vibes, things of that nature. Next we're going to have our tuned kick drum or tom-tom sounds. And then the 4th model is going to be your snare drum, your tuned percussion instruments. Really noisy transient. Within each model you're going to get your tone knob, which is going to do filtering, various things that are unique to each model. And then the strike knob is going to control your attack sound, your transient sound. So it's going to be, for instance, if you're using rubber mallets or plastic mallets, it's going to change the brightness or dampness of the start of your note accordingly. And of course you can choke all active voices, really useful for articulating the sounds. And then a decay, just letting you determine the length of your notes. Surface is 10 HP wide. It's going to be the first one out this year in March, and it's going to retail for $299. And then lastly, we have the Cascade, which is a ratcheting envelope generator. What's really cool about it is you can feed it a single trigger and then set the number of repeats, and it's going to trigger the envelope that many times. You can also put it in cycling mode. It can actually function also as an ADSR, ASR, and a mode we're calling the bouncy ball mode, where it mimics the classic bouncy ball patch where it speeds up and slows down. And then of course your curve parameter, where you can set linear, logarithmic, exponential, as well as a couple custom wave shapes that we put in there. It's 2 outputs. They can be the same or inverse, or a couple other unique modes where they interact together. And then each one of those has an associated amplitude knob going from 0 to 10 volts. Cascade is 10 HP wide. It's going to be out in June, and it's going to retail for $199.
For more information, please visit Qu-Bit Electronix and check out the description below this video. Thanks for watching. Check out more at www.catsynth.com, and please subscribe to CatSynth TV.
You are watching CatSynth TV.